Good morning, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Choerul Eliska. You can call me Alice. In this very moment, I would like to present some materials related to visit to France. Okay, let's move on the next point. History. French history begins in the Iron Age. What became the land of France today is the land that at time was called by the Romans as Gaul. Roman puts notes that there were three main ethno-linguistic groups in the Gaul region: the Gauler group, the Aquitani group, and the Belga group. The Gaul group was the large group whose language was then used by the Celts. The Roman and Carthaginian farmers colonies located on the Mediterranean coast and islands of the surrounding coast during the 1st millennium BC. The Roman Republic then took southern Gaul and met in the province of Gallia Narbonensis in the late 2nd century BC. Therefore, Roman troops under Julius Caesar conquered the rest of Gaul in the Gallic Wars of 1508 1501 BC. After that came the Gallo-Roman culture, and Gaul was increasingly integrated in the Roman Empire. At the end of the Roman Empire, Gaul was invented and became a migration site by the German Franks. King Clovis I then united most of Gaul under his rule in the late 5th century, which ended hundreds of years of Frankish dominance in the region. The power of the Franks reached its peak under the leadership of Charlemagne. Then in the Middle Ages, the Carolingian Empire of Charlemagne emerged in the west and reached its peak under the rule of Hawk Captain in. Okay, the next point, culture. 1. Language in France. Most of the population speak French. They also have a very high pride and loyalty to the official language of the country. So, despite being located in Europe, French people don't really like to speak English. 2. Ethics. French people generally behave politely and then to be silent. People are also expected to speak calmly, especially when eating in restaurant. If you are invited to dinner, try to bring small gifts such as flowers, a box of chocolates, or candy for the host. 3. Food. No secret that France is famous for its fine food and wine, besides being delicious. French food is also expensive. This is because the French value food so much that any food is made to look special. 4. Fashion. Paris is known as the fashion center of the world. Many of the top fashion houses are based in Paris, such as Dior, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, and Chanel. The French are also accustomed to clothing styles that are fashionable, luxurious, and look professional. French fashion style include dressing, signature, long coats, scarf, and barrage. Okay, next, 5. Our France art is everywhere, especially in Paris and other big cities. Gothic, Romanesque, Rococo, and Neoclassical style of art can be seen in buildings throughout the country. Many world artists whose work was inspired by the city of Paris, including Claude Monet, Edgar Degas, and Camille Pissarro. Number 6. Greetings in France. The most popular greeting is bonjour, which can mean hello or good morning and evening. You can say it to anyone and anywhere, even with people you don't know. When we enter office, shops, cafe, or want to buy tickets, we can use bonjour as an opening sentence. 7. Culture at work. The business culture in France tends to be formal and they respect hierarchy. When introduced as no employed, they will call with monsieur, master, or madam. Shaking hands while looking into the eyes will give a good impression when getting acquainted. Okay, let's move on the next point. Custom. Number 1 is hello bonus. You can say salute when you are already familiar with your interlocutor or in informal situation. On the other hand, informal situation or when you greet someone you don't know, you use a bonjour in the morning, afternoon and evening, and a bonsoir at night. Well, when the day turns to night, bonjour is often answered with bonsoir. And vice versa. This situation made some people wonder if the greeting was wrong or not. If not sure, just use bonjour. 2. Handshake. Kiss left and right cheek. After the bonjour and bonsoir dilemmas are over, a new dilemma comes. A kiss on the cheeks. Well, your relationship with the other person, friends, family, or professional. Age or status of the interlocutor will determine when you meet someone for the first time. You can give a cipika-cipiki if that person seems to invite you. When you meet your boss, just wait for how he greets you and follow. Meanwhile, cipika-cipiki are commonly used with co-workers, even Philomene when you are dealing with parents. Don't start giving tips unless they start. Well, when you are invited to an event with money invitation, give a test to the person receiving the quiz. 3. Cipika-cipiki 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. The amount depends on the region in France. In the Bagus and surrounding areas, Paris, Toulouse, 2 times testing. In Britain, the number of chips is more complex. Orange in all of Finisterre and twist in other areas. 3. Time is focus and even 4 times in some areas like La Vendée, La Main at Loire, La Sarthe, and several other. Okay, let's move on the next point. Traditional food and clothes. Traditional, number 1 is beef bourguignon, number 2 cassoulet, number 3 coude au vin. And clothes, custom Britain atau custom Alsatian. Okay, let's move on the next point. Tourist destination. Number 1 is Eiffel Tower. The history of naming of Eiffel Tower refers to the name of its designer, Gustave Eiffel, and the Eiffel Tower was built from 188,087 until 180,089. The Eiffel Tower has a height of 3,024 meters. The history of the construction of the Eiffel Tower is intended to commemorate a century of the French Revolution through a wall exposition universal, and the Eiffel Tower became the entrance of the exhibition. Next, number 2, Mont Saint-Michel. Saint-Michel is very famous as a mysterious floating island. In fact, the floating panorama is caused by the tidal process of the seawater. Mont Saint-Michel is also known as the Rocky Tidal Island. Access to the island can use a special bridge that connects to the mainland. In Saint Michael, there is a historic monastery which is located at the top, as well as other old buildings that are below it. Around the island is a quayside with a strong circular fort. History records that the British troops at that time always failed to attack Mont Saint-Michel because of the strong defense. The location of Mont Saint-Michel is located in the large tidal sea in Europe. The address of Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy, France. Okay, next, number 3, Verdun Gorge Canyon. Verdun Gorge Canyon is a natural tourist spot in France that offers the beauty of rivers, limestone cliff, canyons, which are wrapped in a variety of tourist excitement. Verdun Gorge is located in the southern part of France, also known as the Gorge du Verdun, which is a beautiful river that has a length of 25 kilometers, and its depth can reach 7,000 meters. Tourist activities that can be done by visitors include hiking, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, canoeing along the river, hunting for Instagrammable photos with natural backgrounds. Let's move on to the next point. Public figure. Number 1 is Marie Curie. Originally from Poland, Marie Curie was the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize and the first to win the award more than once. Curie dedicated his life to researching radioactive materials and was credited with discovering radium and polonium, coining the term radioactive. Curie's efforts in physics and chemistry did not stop at research. He also worked with the government to implement the use of portable X-ray machines on soldiers would on the battlefield of World War I. Curie had to pay a high price for his service in the field of science. His exposure to radioactive material led to his death at the age of 66 from radiation include aplastic anemia. And the next to Alfred Dreyfus. Alfred Dreyfus was a French artillery officer during the First World War who was convicted of treason in 108,094 after allegedly informing German troops about French artillery. After being publicly Removed from his post a military office, Dreyfus exclaimed that he is innocent and worthy of serving in the French military. While Dreyfus was serving a life sentence in French Guiana, new evidence was revealed that Dreyfus was in fact innocent. However, the new findings were covered up until the story was given to the press. Dreyfus' Jewish faith and suspicions of anti-Semitism in the French military brought debate around French citizens' religious freedom in the public eye. The general opinion that Dreyfus was innocent meant that he would be given a retrial, but he was found guilty. With Dreyfus looked up once again, there was a public outcry that led to his release and pardon. That's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you and good morning.